to continue thing is called Enter Madness. Okay. I see you. Adjust brightness so the darkest icon is barely visible. No. Does anyone actually play games with, you know, brightness that low? I never will. I can't. Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Okay. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. Oh, okay. This is how we're starting this, huh? That's a shark. I was under the impression we'd at least start somewhere relatively sane. Or is this a sneak peek at what is to come? Game saved. Oh, so I don't even have control of when it saves. Okay. Oh. Alright, there is a crouch mechanic. Oh no, there's a lean mechanic. I'm playing Ghostface from Dead by Daylight. You know, you have to try. Oh, okay. First, is there anything else down here I can use? Nope. Ah, L2. Ah! Okay.
In my wake, pulled along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
I'm getting a whole bunch of vibes I am not a fan of.
What a putrid offering.
God fucking damn it. Cthulu? Cthulu, leave me alone.
You have been chosen. Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
That sound effect from Bloodborne be like...
I hate whiskey.
No, you don't. You hate what comes after whiskey.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Pierce Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Eloquence. Improving this skill increases your chances of convincing or manipulating during discussions. Strength increases your ability to call on your physical power. Improving the skill improves your chances of forcing doors or mechanisms, or of using violence, physical or verbal, during interactive discussions. Investigation represents your investigating talents. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object, and of picking locks. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving the skill increases your chances of determining the dosage of a drug, of making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. The medicine and occult skills can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. Oh. Occultism. Occultism represents your knowledge of occult sciences. Improving the skill increases your chances of determining the use of and origin of occult artifacts, and of expressing your knowledge of the myth. So I gotta find secrets to improve this shit. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior, or on the analysis of objects. Alright, so these two are what I'm at the highest right now. Alright, I feel like leveling up Spot Hidden to tier 3 should be my first. Wait. Okay, no, I can't. Okay. Pierce Investigation 8. Alright, not gonna read all of that. Inventory lighter. Lost Battalion 10/7/18. October 7th, 1918.
I good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend.
Husband never understood
Husband
that his
couldn't understand it.
He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. Ooh, spicy.
I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I wonder why I still take these things.
Oh, no, that is... Right, so there's no... Sanity, okay. Nightmares. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War. At the time, it should be just when he took part in the Meuse Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the lost battalion American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Sanity. Confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind. You conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts, your convictions, and your perception of reality. Conclusions are logical and reliable. That's gonna change real fucking quick. Start. Let's have some fucking whiskey. This will affect your destiny. Fuck it.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. I should get rid of all this stuff.
That first
I have
drink at
business
the...
here to attend to.
Like fucking what? If I drink again, will it affect my destiny more?
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Oh. 8 of these are available. Wait. One, two. How do I want to do this? fuck it. This is what I
Thank
want
you
to go
for
with
this
for now.
information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Is this guy the same voice actor as for Jonathan Reed in Vampire? I hope so.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Damn,
Yes,
I wish I had gone in with
please.
some
All
occult
right.
stuff.
I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address, Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. That part is curious. A press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon. Okay.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
Really?
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the...
Oh, there's a
Pierce.
comment.
I didn't expect
I'm
any
trying to
less coming
find
from a
it,
man in your
but-
situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
That's weird. The comment's not actually
Darkwater.
appearing in the chat.
I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
The Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. Oh, hi, Dancer. Dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Okay.
I used to be an avid reader.
How you doing, Dancer? I'm not sure if I want to be in a,
I used to be an avid reader.
No, I don't care about that. Where's the book that I had on Darkwater? My character said he had a book on Darkwater. Where is it? Where is it at? Is it in here? Apparently not.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've
Darkwater
never
Island
heard
is...
of it.
Darkwater-
According to this book,
Okay.
it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Yeah, I was getting some amnesia vibes myself. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coasts of Massachusetts. Okay.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm getting into with this. I didn't even know like what style the game was, about. Like I Nice. Yeah, I wouldn't be against talking in a party with someone, but overall, I think I should try and give this the solo commentary for the most part, at least for the first while. Pierce took the Hawkins case unassumingly blown address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Yeah. Every time a loading screen finishes, enter madness. Yeah, okay. Cool.
Almost there.
Hello, James Fitzroy. I don't like you. Carl of Cthulu.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
You sound like you've been smoking for 37 years, and you're only, like, 33.
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up.
The last time
might be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the
that
docks.
gravelly voice. Yeah, Batman Fitzroy, yeah. Should just be just growling out, where are they? What the f...
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
See how old this thing is.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Don't treat me like another one of these locals. You're completely overwhelmed, and you could do with reinforcements.
What are you thinking? That you can call the National Guard to an island like Dogwater? For a stranded fish? Gosh darn, Mr. Not like another one of these locals. Go give your valuable advice somewhere else, huh? Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
Damn.
That's no way to treat it. Your chum wanted to stir us up.
But you can stay to
Nothing
watch
for
if
you
want.
here either.
You can pick up the
Pretext.
pieces.
Come on, you bastard. You'll see what a true sailor's got.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Alright, let's see what's going on at the fucking bar. I'm not gonna take a drink, though. Last time I did, it said it altered my destiny. Ha.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
The way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
She'd know it anyway.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true.
But wait,
it's a
there's
reminder
more.
of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the Cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told of a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Customers putting up his warehouse for rent, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Okay.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Nightmares. Can hear things
Algernon
and voices
Drake.
whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
I know.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
What you looking at, stranger?
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
It was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger.
Okay, cunt. Alright, gotta go find Fitzroy.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Terms of agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more. A Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Ah, learning of medicine. Cool.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Oh, I really don't like Fitzroy now.
What a macabre souvenir.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins.
Only a few dates are still
That's all I'll
legible.
get from them.
1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Okay. Okay. Fucking Christ.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
Ooh.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain Cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it, if you're interested.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I already have.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Ooh, character point earned. Alright. Damn, this would have been the only way to level these up in the early game. Okay. I'm not going to use anything until I've got more. Oh boy, this is put under the occult, which makes sense.
They can't understand.
You can see that I'm busy.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
You can't understand. You're not...
These wounds.
Don't put that...
These wounds.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you...
Now, I'm just gonna check really quickly. Did doing that... Alright, now.
You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
I wish I put some points in the occult
Where
earlier.
do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
Wow.
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer.
What a cuck.
Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Come on, you could tell me.
No,
Who's this guy?
no idea. You better keep it shut.
Boy, we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down.
Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the Navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that. My brother's picking me up some food. What the hell? Oh boy, there's something wrong there. Oh, god damn it. Mean deals. Alright.
That statue represents your local
God
saint.
damn it, what the
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar how?
Yeah. It's not be-
Oh my god, I'm going to lose my mind.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Alright. Sorry about that.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
I can't talk to you. Can't talk to this guy. Is there anything to see around here? Not particularly. They said someone did something to the statue, but I can't see what.
St. Brendan. Patron saint of sailors and
Oh,
travelers.
okay, there it is.
Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Alright, so glad I did that. I want to get those occultism levels up. I really wish I had gone with some more levels than that at the start. But I've made my bed, and I'll lay in it.
Stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens.
You again.
I read the article on the miraculous catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here. It's more than folklore. On that day, the crew of the Scylla caught an exceptional catch. The biggest whale ever caught. They saved Darkwater from famine.
Charles Hawkins owed you a lot of money. Do you know if he had problems?
I don't know the details, and it's not my business. Money or not, he was always welcome in my bar. The Hawkins family was always much appreciated on the island.
You seem to know Charles Hawkins well. How about his wife, Sarah Hawkins?
Well, she was a local somebody. We all knew she was famous then.
I've got what...
Anything?
The stranded whale. I guess...
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic. The name, when our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
I didn't expect to find what's the source of this.
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like...
I'll tell...
She'd anything...
Okay, it's definitely this cat, then.
That'll be all.
I might take a drink later.
Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message. I told you to beat it.
Okay. You're probably cat.
Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? Get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
I shall take my leave.
Oh, that's the angle I can get into the warehouse from. This one in closer range once.
A handle. It must come from these old winches. It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Ratchet device.
This ratchet device seems to be usable. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. I could use this old...
What am I looking for? Oh. Oh, okay.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
How did I do that? How do I flick it back? Ah, triangle. Okay. I like that.
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
I want to go have whatever encounter I could have with those two guards, though. Oh, neat. It actually won't light.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She's...
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to...
She must be quite intimidating.
She redid the smile at the last one who...
I hope he had a good...
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightened.
And she doesn't like to be talked to.
I've got to enter the...
No, it's very simple.
I don't give a damn about your rap.
And we don't give a damn about you.
I bid you gentle.
Get it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an old...
Oh boy.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. Smells harmless, but should I beware of psychotropic effects?
What the What the shit? Seaweed. It was fucking seaweed. It was just fucking seaweed. What the shit? Oh yeah, no, that's definitely stable. Jesus fucking Christ.
This is primitive.
Yeah, primitive. That's all you're gonna give me. Cool. Really wish I had gone with the level in occultism. Eloquence hasn't served me any good yet.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case? What happened here? Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins? Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? It smells as bad as it looks. Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this?
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! The Hawkins case has been wound up. Let the dead rest in peace.
Look around you. Someone has settled in here. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Hey, this guy is...
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge.
Oh, God.
You see the building?
Oh,
That's the
no.
Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Oh, my food might be just about here, so I am going to be right back. It shouldn't be long, just maybe a minute or so. I'll return shortly. I'm back with some food from motherfucking Wendy's. Oh boy. Enter madness.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake.
Good.
Anything else?
I like you.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
It should.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Just gonna stare at him. Stare deeply into his eyes while I finish my french fries. Look at him. Look at those. Look at that fire. That fire burning behind him. Like behind his eyes. He's ready. We walk into there, see some eldritch abomination, he is going to just fucking haymaker it.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Part of me feels like I shouldn't allow him to come with.
Why not?
But
you can help.
Right. Let's go.
Oh, okay, so we are going this way. Please don't be a weeping angel. That would scare the shit out of me.
1693. This house is much older than it seems. But the architecture seems too recent.
The fuck we looking at, buddy?
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh.
I really wish I
The
didn't
old
cut him
caretaker
off.
must be very attached to her. Poor kid. Poor kid.
That's it? That's the entire observation? Are you fucking real? Alright. Gonna be home. Man, I have a feeling I'm really gonna be regretting not putting those extra levels into the occult stat earlier, though. I feel like that is something I absolutely should have done. I also just realized I There was a fire here that killed 3 people and has driven one to madness, or at least, you know, he's well on his way there. And there was a fire back at where they held my personal information for the detectives agency. What if that's not as separate as we're made to believe?
I'll have to find another entrance.
I'm expecting the Silas dude, whoever the fuck he is, to just come out of nowhere and beat me over the head.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do.
I absolutely do not blame you for...
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Is there anything down here? Alright. Is there anything down here first? I feel like I'll be coming back out here sooner or later.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
I might actually cut the stream for today in a little bit.
Inside.
I'm with you.
Next time we get a moment where it seems like where it seems like things have settled down a little. God damn.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Why is the light fucking green?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this?
Seriously, that's it?
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door. Silas managed to bring the fire.
Charles and Sarah's wedding, as painted by Sarah herself. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer? Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Did it stop at the time of the fire? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
He had racked up quite a tab.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
A handprint.
Did someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Alright. I know this is going to be a kind of weird spot to leave things, but But it seems like this would, seems this is where I need to cut the stream, unfortunately. I will definitely be jumping back into this, but I have to go, unfortunately. So I'll be seeing anyone that checks into this later. I'm really interested in this game.